Our team coverage of Toby Keith's passing continues with a look at his impact on the world of music. That's what we've been talking about. It was so huge.
Fox 23's Amy Hybels is live at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Catoosa, where there's a special tribute now on display.
Well, of course, as you recall, this is where Toby Keith had his I Love This Bar and Grill restaurant for more than a decade. Now, in just a short while, you see this huge video wall behind me. They are going to have a picture with him as a tribute with the words Oklahoma legend and music icon. Obviously, that will be on display for everybody out here that drives by. It'll be a moving tribute to the late country music icon.
Tributes keep pouring in from his hometown of Moore, Oklahoma, to the BOK Center in Tulsa, which says they were once lucky enough to have hosted an incredible show of his. Toby played a Takamine guitar. A signed guitar now sits outside the entrance to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, where Keith helped open the Toby Keith I Love This Bar and Grill back in 2009. GM Martin Madewell talks about the impact Keith had on the music world.
You think about just longevity. I remember being a kid in the early 90s, and that was the first phase of Toby Keith. And it's like he just kept on and had this resurgence, in the 2000s, and really became just synonymous with country music.
We asked Madewell about his favorite Toby Keith song.
There's so many, but Should Have Been a Cowboy is just such an iconic song.
It was also his breakout hit. Also among his 20  number-1 Billboard hits, Beer for My Horses, a duet with Willie Nelson.
Beer for My Horses, yeah. Red Solo Cup, that was another good one. I mean, a lot of great songs. So, Oklahoma has always had that rich legacy of country music, but Toby Keith really created his own chapter and something we all grew up with. We've heard it when we were kids, we hear it today, and we'll always hear it. It's a legacy that's going to live on forever.
This tribute will be visible to all passers-by on their giant video wall, which faces I-44. Keith, who was diagnosed with stomach cancer in 2022, still performed at the People's Choice Country Awards last year, where he received the Country Icon Award. He played Don't Let the Old Man In, a song about facing mortality that he had written for Clint Eastwood's movie The Mule.
Now, the entire complex out here will be lit up beginning tonight in red, white, and blue lights as a tribute to Toby Keith, who of course wrote that song courtesy of Red, White, and Blue after September 11th. Now, coming up tonight at 6, we're going to tell you about his big heart for children suffering from cancer. It's a story you won't want to miss on Fox 23 News. Covering News That Matters, I'm Amy Hybels.
Looking forward to it, Amy. Wow, it's been a sad day.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to hit you when you don't know the person, but you think of all the memories their songs have brought into your life.
Yeah, it's your life is attached to their songs in so many ways, especially the one she was talking about, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Now, Governor Kevin Stitt ordered all flags to immediately be lowered to half-staff statewide in honor of Keith until Wednesday night.
Meanwhile, when learning of his death, the Oklahoma House of Representatives momentarily halted their first full day of legislative session work to honor him. Now, we told you Keith grew up in Moore, Oklahoma. We learned he was personal friends since childhood with State Representative Mark McBride, who represents part of that city.
McBride shared what his recent and final conversation with Keith was like, and he said he could clearly tell Toby Keith wasn't himself.
The guy was not only Oklahoma a treasure, but a national treasure. I just had texted him a few days ago. I could tell that at the time that he probably wasn't feeling too well. Usually he has something upbeat to say, like I'm kicking high and farting loud or something like that, but that was Toby, but this time it was, he just had 2 surgeries and he wasn't feeling well. So that wasn't really the normal response I got, but
He obviously had a sense of humor as well. You could hear in that sound. State Representative Tammy West, who was in the speaker's chair during the moment of silence, called Keith a great American who leaves behind a great legacy.
Once more time has passed, the House hopes to honor Keith in a more formal ceremony on the floor.